What's going on?
How you doing, man?
Good. Are you where are you? East Coast, West Coast?
I'm in New York. I'm in Manhattan.
Well, I saw I'm doing all this research on you, which by the way, I mean, that could take months, I think, to, catch up on everything you've done.
Cause you Google shit and and here I am trying to get verified on Instagram, and it's like a fucking pain in the ass because I'm like, just Google me, and then you obviously 5,000 photos come up and articles and things. It's like, you guys, I don't get it.
Have you seen this demo reel of yours on IMDb, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
So, so wait, before I get into it, I'll give you a little bit of an overview of like what I'm doing here.
Okay.
So I'm like a huge TV fan, and this is like a passion of mine. Everyone's always sitting around talking. I mean, I told you on our phone call,
Yeah.
And so I'm doing a few of these, but then I when you mentioned Undercovers, I started watching that, and I mean, I got a million questions, but we'll do it in the course of like this interview,
Yeah. Okay.
This is our pre-show.
Okay. Perfect.
I love it.
Wait, so when are you recording? You'll tell me when you're recording. Oh, you're recording now.
Yeah, I mean, if you want,
that's recording.
I should get that disclosed, right? We're going to record, but I don't. We consider this behind the scenes footage,
right? Because it's like my potty mouth will just go ape shit.
No, that's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
this is like, I'm assuming what you're doing with Undercovers is, it's like the most, like, it's a passion thing for you too. It's fun. You're sitting there with, is it your, like, are you reaching?
Well, I wanted to do this as a show like a long time ago. I actually originally called it Bed Lounge, because I used to lounge in my bed with friends way back in high school, and we would talk about, we talk about real stuff. It was a comfortable place to be because we're much more, we're safer there. It's a safe place for us. We're able to, our thoughts and our feelings and everything. It's like, we'll cry in our bed, we'll laugh in our bed, whatever. it just seemed like a place where I felt like I can get the real person out and talk, so, because when we sit in bed and we talk to friends and such, there's a genuine conversation rather than it being a very structured interview.
Right. I agree. Like, even when you think about, like, when you were younger and you'd have, sleepovers, or if you went to like overnight camp, something about, you're in the dark, you can kind of say things, you're not looking at the person even in that kind of setting.
Right.
And all of a sudden it's 3-4 in the morning and you've been talking forever, so I totally relate with that.
Yeah. So I wanted to find a place, and so it kind of was like, it became like uncovering the truth and uncovering who that person is. So, and using that idea of the bed, so it was a pun, and I didn't title that, so I'm not going to take credit for it. It was someone that way back when who I was working with, and I wanted to do that. I was trying to get it as a celebrity show to interview celebrities in bed.
Yeah.
And then, because I was trying to create something based upon my TV series that I was on many years ago called Fashion House. That was with Bo Derek, and I was, I kind of went from 0 to 100 to 0, or maybe to 5, and I was trying to like kind of amp up in what my next venture was, and how to, and I have friends who are celebrities, so it was kind of like, how can I get into bed with celebrities? Because I think of them as just real people.
It's funny, you have like this mix of people on the show where, you'll have someone who's somewhat of a celebrity, but then you have like these fashion people. Everyone seems like your best friend. It's like, you have,
it's the whole point. It's like,
yeah,
I mean, like you become best friends with, you just, and I've actually created great relationships based upon that, like friendships I've created that have evolved from those interviews.
you seem like you know them already. You don't actually know most of them.
Some of them I don't know that well, yeah, but some I do. I know them very well. So yeah.
Well, so I'm looking through on Instagram to see, you know, some of your new ones, some of your old ones, and I came across, you know, like your first few, and you have
Yeah.
that one dude. Wait, I wrote it down. Nicholas Danes does like a full flip into the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, I made him do a flip in bed.
And you're like, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But then you had like Tracy Ross the other day. Like, that was a Corona?
That was recently. That was promoting her movie, The High Note, which was great. I actually really like her. I mean, overall, like I didn't realize I knew of her. And funny is when they were briefing us on the interview, they said in an email, don't talk about her mom. And I'm like, her mom? Why would I talk about her mom? Like, what? And then I researched, and I was like, well, I'll find out who her mom is. And then I didn't realize it was Diana Ross.
You really didn't know that.
And I went, oh, I guess I need to hype myself up on some pop culture. So,
well, I guess you're not watching Blackish then, huh?
well, I know of the show, but I've never really watched, because I don't have cable television, so I don't watch. Like, if I see reruns of other shows on like Hulu or Amazon or whatever, or Netflix, because they re-air stuff. But I haven't seen that show, and I actually was in a location where she did this whole episode about Juneteenth, or they produced a whole episode and they re-aired it again. And right after BLM had happened, and it was around that time, and when I was wanting to educate myself more on systemic racism and all that sort of thing, and really understood where it kind of rooted from and the history of it. And it was really a fascinating episode. But I just love her, period. Like, there's something magical about her. Like, when I watch her on like, I told her, I said, you could you own a movie. Like, you know how to do that. Like, she has this and what she delivers is something very unique that we kind of haven't seen before. It's something familiar, but not from her. And she has a very understated comedy to her. Like, I told her that I loved Maya Rudolph because I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how she was going to respond to that, actually.
Well, I didn't want.
You're like, wait, what? You know?
Yeah, but I said I used to love. Now I love, like, and now here I see you, and then I'm like, oh my God. She's like, we're gonna blow both of your minds, you know. So,
well, that show, you know. So I was watching it for a while, not as much, but that show does a really great job of being funny, but also hitting on major African American topics in their own unique way.
Right.
And so timely now, but they really do a good job with that.
No, that's great. Yeah, it's a good show. Hey, everyone, I'm Garrett Swann, and I want to know, who are you? Oh, shit. What are you watching? Sorry.
Go again.
Who are you watching? It's like Rear Window. I'm looking out
the window right now.
Yeah, exactly.